All right, Nika, are you ready to lay the Smackdown? It's that time. It's Monday. Maybe we'll get to these a little earlier in the week sometime. I don't know. But either way, it is Monday, and it is time to get to our Smackdown reactions, which will, of course, precede our Raw predictions, of course.
Of course.
Ding, ding. All right. Well, without further ado, SmackDown, we're going to do ladies first, of course, on the Kanika Sports Show. We had Alexa Bliss versus Asuka in this semifinals match for the Queen of the Ring. Of course, the finals will be in Saudi Arabia this coming weekend.
Nice.
But Nika, just to remind everybody, we had both chosen Alexa Bliss in this matchup, I believe.
We did.
Yes. So we were wrong.
Of course.
Asuka defeated Alexa Bliss here in the Queen of the Ring semifinal match on SmackDown. We were both wrong. Both wrong. It happens. In the final moments of the first Queen of the Ring tournament semifinal match, Asuka got her knees up when Alexa leaped off the top rope with Twisted Bliss. This is one of her finishers from the top rope.
Okay.
This is, of course, accompanying the Sister Abigail DDT. That's her on the mat finisher. This is her high rising finisher, the Twisted Bliss. But no, Asuka got the knees up, blocked it, and then she finished 5 Feet of Fury with the Empress Impact.
That's her finisher, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And secured her place in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, we didn't know a lot about Asuka before she came back because this is our weekly disclaimer of we started watching wrestling this year during the Royal Rumble event on Peacock. That was kind of our re-entry. I, of course, watched in the Attitude Era during the Raw is War era, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, DX. I loved it all. And, of course, also the late 80s, early 90s era, WrestleMania 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think I might have made it to 8. But I definitely didn't know about 9 until recently. So more on that later at another time. This match surprised me, Nika. Asuka winning and taking out Alexa Bliss, who seems to be a bit of a fan favorite, and just felt like she was the more marketable person in Saudi Arabia. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know a lot about the international market. Maybe Asuka is a better draw.
Maybe. She's got some belts under her, so she's been around.
Well, I'm open to learning, everybody.
Sure.
So I don't want anyone to think I was just intentionally biased against her because we like
much.
Alexa more or anything. We don't know her much, and so I think Alexa was the obvious choice in that regard.
And I know we didn't do maybe our homework in that regard, but we wanted to take it as it comes without any precursors to it.
100%
As a brand new
accurate.
people into wrestling, we wanted to enjoy what is coming.
We enjoy learning on a
As we
weekly
learn, yeah,
basis, and this was part of last week was just getting her even back into the mix.
Right.
So,
and she did come in from an injury, I believe. She's been
she was
absent.
injured. Yeah. So we don't really know a lot about what was going on with her a year ago before she was injured and the events leading up to that and where she was at. I'm just kind of also surprised that she's getting this big push right upon coming back. So, because you never know when new people are going to start watching. I mean, this is already after the Netflix expansion, has happened since this injury. And I'd imagine new people are coming into the fold like you and I are all the time. And so for her to get a big push like this, they must really like her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, she wins. She advances, Nika, and she will be a finalist in Saudi Arabia on Saturday, and she will face the winner of tonight's Raw is War matchup, Roxanne Perez, against
Jade
Cargill, one of our favorites. And boy, I'm nervous for that matchup. And we have our prediction. It's going to be going live later in our predictions segment. This is SmackDown Reactions. So stay tuned, everybody. Like and subscribe if you haven't so that you never miss an update.
Nice promo there.
Well, thank you, producer Nika. All right, well, let's move on. Prior to Randy Orton's semifinal match against Sami Zayn, the Viper, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso met up in the ring, and this is how the show started. And they all kind of declared that they respect each other, and yet they're all going to do whatever it takes to win the King of the Ring tournament and get a chance at a title match in the future. I'm not clear on how that works versus like Money in the Bank cash in. Like, does it get left to the WWE commissioner to assign that title match in the future and whatnot versus Money in the Bank? You can cash in whenever you want. Spoiler alert, more on that before we get out of this SmackDown reaction.
So wait, when they say that they all respect each other, does that mean they're not gonna interfere in each other's fights?
Yeah, I think
Just they want a clean fight?
I think it just means that they're trying to leave it a little bit open-ended as to who we think might win. Because unlike the women's, I think there's a lot more star potential in the men's race right now. And that, again, not taking anything away from Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, or Jade Cargill, but they're not the upper echelon women like I think the men's have. Like,
Well, men's been around a little longer, therefore they have a lot more exposure.
indeed, and we don't have Bianca Belair, we don't have Naomi in this tournament, and
that's true.
we don't have. I'm trying to think of some of the others. Like even Nia Jax is out, and she's become a big popular figure in the last couple weeks. So. Anyways, it's just an observation casually about the men's versus the women's. It seems that it has a higher profile talent, and maybe there's just more men in the higher profile talent because they've been around longer.
Yeah.
Anyways, interestingly, this led into the first match of the night, and it was Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn, King of the Ring tournament semifinals matchup, Nika. And just to remind everyone, I took Sami in this matchup.
You did. That's okay.
I thought with the Karrion Kross storyline, they would be maybe giving him a push here. And you chose Randy Orton, the Viper himself. And, well, Nico was right, everyone. If you flip to the next slide, Randy Orton defeated Sami Zayn in his semifinal match. In the first King of the Ring tournament semifinal match, Randy Orton hit the RKO out of nowhere as Sami Zayn was attempting a hell of a kick, his finisher. And then I noticed this typo on WWE.com. I thought it was funny. Ooten meant to say Orton, but Ooten picked up the 3 count. And with the win, the Viper moved to the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. So he will face Randy Orton, advances, as you can see in the final slide here of this. He advances and he will face the winner of Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes.
And that's tonight.
And that will be tonight on Raw. Again, stay tuned to our next segment, which will be our Raw predictions for tonight's show, and we will predict the winner of that match.
We will try.
We will try our best. We
look at our crystal balls and stuff.
I've had a mixed predictions lately. I was on a hot streak with like Saturday Night Main Event and Backlash, but now I'm back to ice cold, Nika, and you've been a little bit more accurate as of late.
I think as a whole, we've been better than the NFL predictions.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So on the whole,
we're beating Mel Kiper Jr.
Yeah, that's an upgrade.
It's definitely an upgrade. All right, well, Randy Orton does advance, and again, he will be a finalist in Saudi Arabia this weekend for that tournament. So he'll be having to take that Atlantic flight across the Atlantic, I should say. The wheels up.
Flight, the wheels up.
Gonna have to go through that war zone in the Middle East too, I
geez.
guess. Careful navigation over there. I wonder if they have to go to like England and then go up from the up. Who knows?
Who knows?
Good luck, everybody. Stay safe out there. Fly the
Yeah.
friendly skies. Let's turn it to the main event of the evening on Friday night. It was the undisputed WWE champion John Cena against Ron Killings, the recently renamed R-Truth.
I think he goes by both names because the announcers still call him R-Truth.
Old habits will die hard,
I guess.
as everything in life. Yeah. But, this match, I think we are both not surprised how it ended. Of course, John Cena, in an explosive SmackDown main event, caused himself to lose the match to Ron Killings when he hit him with the WWE title. This is, of course, John Cena's new finisher. Who could have predicted this?
Yeah.
I saw this coming a mile away for R-Truth. I don't know if we made a predictions video about it, but nevertheless, I think it was pretty obvious that this was what was going to happen. Cena was wanting to exact this revenge.
Yeah.
And he gets it, but not before CM Punk quickly emerged to engage the self-professed last real champion. However, Cena gained the advantage and delivered an attitude adjustment to put the Second City Saint through a table, and this was the obligatory Slim Jim promotion of the evening. We saw CM Punk lying in a table. And then if you flip to the next slide, we weren't done yet because CM Punk, while sitting through that table unconscious, was treated to a little taste of his own medicine, as they like to say, and given the, it is called the pipe bomb treatment, as I'm told. Again, we started watching again this January from like a 20-year hiatus, had no idea what the pipe bomb speech was by CM Punk. But if you read the caption of John Cena on the mic here, it says, as the smoke cleared, Cena took to the mic and mocked Punk by recreating the Second City Saints' most famous mic moment from 14 years ago. And I learned about this through X, that this was the pipe bomb speech by CM Punk on Raw. And so, of course, I Googled it. What is the pipe bomb speech? And AI gave me an answer, Nika. Good old AI to the rescue.
This was it accurate?
Would you like to hear what AI had to say? It said CM Punk's pipe bomb was a controversial and groundbreaking on-screen promo in WWE on June 27th, 2011. During a live episode of Monday Night Raw, Punk delivered a worked shoot promo, blurring the lines between kayfabe and reality. He criticized WWE management, the company's creative direction, and his fellow wrestlers, all while holding the WWE Championship. The promo was widely praised for his authenticity, and it became a defining moment in Punk's career and in professional wrestling history. I'm not going to read the rest of this, but you know what I had to do. I had to go and watch it, and I had to go and see if it lived up to the
name
build up and like, you know, of course, because John Cena then flipped the script and kind of did a similar type speech to CM Punk. But the thing I want to bring up mostly here is in the second slide, you'll see breaking the fourth wall. This happens during the CM Punk speech 14 years ago. You know, he even acknowledges like, I guess I'm breaking the fourth wall a little bit here by bringing up Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, and their future in the company. He was correct, by the way. A lot of what he predicted in this pipe bomb speech from 2011 is now fact in 2025, including Stephanie McMahon taking her hold over the company with her husband, Triple H. And Vince McMahon was still around at this time. So he's... And he was also highly critical of him, and he was highly critical of how he had used his character. And it was very like meta, you know, it was like, wait, is he really criticizing the company, or is this part of the script that's going on? And like you said, or like I said earlier, it kind of blurred the lines between reality. And I've been kind of praising this as more Triple H is
blurring the lines,
kind of bringing this influence more and more into wrestling. We've seen press conferences now ending with like R-Truth getting slammed through a table by John Cena in front of ESPN reporters, and you're left wondering like, is this real? Like, what are they reporting this as news now? As like in the I don't know. It's kind of and yet they're just playing characters all the time. They could be, you know, backstage joking around, like hugging each other, giving each other high fives, like that was great, man. You did awesome. Way to pull your punches. And yet they can never show this side to reality of, you know, to other people. They can never show it
because you will destroy the image that they are portraying.
Yeah.
Even though they have a Netflix documentary coming up about behind the scenes on WWE.
Well, we'll see how much they show and tell, because, you know, they want to hold those secrets close to their chest, too.
I agree.
We won't see anything current. It might be previous stuff, but we won't see anything current.
And lots of fluff.
Oh, fluff will be through the roof. Way up there. Anyways, moving on. Go check out John Cena's full speech. It was hilarious. You know, he kind of criticized WWE and USA Network, and Smackdown's getting cut down to 2 hours again. We had previously reported that it was going to stay 3 hours. So there seems to be some dissension in the ranks when it comes to WWE and USA Network and how SmackDown's supposed to work, and hilarious stuff. John Cena totally going meta himself in his own speech, attacking the powers that be. And the last thing I'll say about this is he really kind of like has switched places with CM Punk seems more establishment right now than Cena does to me. All right. Well, we got a couple other quick things to get through here. It was LA Knight defeating Bronson Reed by, well, you guessed it, folks. It was disqualification. Following an altercation outside the ring at the start of the match, Braun Breaker speared LA Knight during the height of the Megastars Showdown against Bronson Reed. This matchup was announced at the start of the night. Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed were very, very excited about it. This forced the official to call for the DQ, but the action was not over. After the bell, a second spear by Braun paved the way for three post-match tsunamis by Reed on his fallen opponent.
They also mentioned that LA Knight will have to go to a hospital because nobody can survive those tsunamis.
Well, he must have been drowning over there.
I guess.
Because he needs some help, right? He's been taking these two on by himself now for a few weeks. And I mean, like, I really love his music. It's very Cyberpunk 2077, but he does not have the gadgets that I had when I played that game.
He needs V.
And
from
he needs
Cyberpunk
to bring some reinforcements.
Yeah.
Some V enforcements. I had to get that one.
I like it.
Get some V enforcements there, LA Knight.
Who can partner with him?
I don't know.
We're probably missing somebody because
we
there's
probably
so
are
many.
because there's so much history that we don't know also. But he needs some help.
Yeah.
Let's get LA Knight some help. All right. Well, I want to turn it to my favorite moment of Friday Night SmackDown, which is our girl Naomi attempting once again to cash in, only to be thwarted by Nia Jax here in the. I don't know if this was her and Tiffy had a spat in the ring. I'm trying to remember how this all got set up, but Nia Jax had knocked Tiffany out and had done her finisher on her and knocked her pretty good. And of course, Naomi sees this backstage and she comes running out. I love this because it really helps keep the suspense and the idea that you can cash in at any moment. And I think WWE needs to play that up more. I think they've kind of missed the opportunity with Seth Rollins a couple times here early on. And, you know, he's flashed the briefcase and he's kind of been more mysterious about what his intentions are with it because we haven't really heard from him. But with Naomi, she just seems to be like hunting and waiting, and she's keeping that illusion alive for me in a good way about reminding me that, this can happen at any moment. So,
and she wants the opportunity at any moment to get it when Tiffany is laying on her back, basically.
No doubt. And if you look on here, this is her account, the Trinity Fatu, responding to Nia Jax's account, which is Lena Fanine. So try to keep track here and keep track of who's who. But yeah, Naomi looking great in the purple and gold there, trying to run down and cash in on Tiffany. And please do soon because, gosh darn it, she's annoying. She is just annoying, and we need to strip her of that title. She doesn't need to get any more mic time than we need. I'd rather hear
from Naomi,
naughty Naomi on the mic, gloating as the champ for a hot minute.
Yeah,
because it would be killer.
It would be great.
It would be great for social media,
my
for
goodness.
X. Oh man,
Twitter will be awesome.
If you're not following the Trinity_Fatu on X, you are missing out on entertainment. And you can see here at the end, Tiffy holding that title above the both of them, Nika. And she was able to take advantage of Naomi and Nia Jax arguing because Nia Jax once again intervened and tried to stop Naomi from cashing in. And this is the second week in a row. I feel like they need to get it on now.
But Naomi wants Nia Jax wants the belt from Tiffy because Tiffy got the belt from her.
I don't know what to tell Nia Jax. She didn't win Money in the Bank, and she had her chances. And she also didn't win the Queen of the Ring tournament, and she had her chances. I guess I understand that she wants to have a title match, but you got to go through the proper channels here. And she doesn't have the power that Naomi has right now. And,
she wants to challenge Tiff just to challenge her, but you got to go through the proper channels.
Well, at this point, I hope Naomi and Nia Jax, get it on because
before the belt or after the belt?
Before. I think Naomi needs to be like, stay out of my business.
Oh yeah,
a little bit and attitude check her.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Thanks. Yeah. Let's add a match to Night of Champions.
I want to see those two fight. That would be great.
Absolutely. It would be.
It would be great. Yeah, yeah. All right.
All right. Well, that is our SmackDown reaction segment for this week. And we missed a couple things. We didn't talk about Jacob and Solo Sikoa, but we will. We will. We're going to definitely have a whole Night of Champions predictions segment going up sometime before this Friday for sure. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have our Raw reactions as well that we're going to record tomorrow. So watch for those to be posted either tomorrow afternoon or Wednesday morning. And yeah, tons of shorts from all of this recording going out. And so stay tuned and stay sharing and liking this content for us. Thank you. Stay engaged, as Nika said.
All right. Bye.
Adios.
Okay, that's